Yeah, let's do it. I told y'all I was gonna be back with more if the Fani Willis and Donald Trump keep on getting to it. And this a beef, man. This a real beef going on. Now I told you the war not over. Fani Willis, boy, allegedly, she sliding for Keisha Lamb-Bottom, my nigga. She sliding for Keisha. Real talk, man. Recently, Donald Trump been charged with a RICO. Like a YSL RICO. Like everybody else getting RICOs out here in Atlanta. Donald Trump got one too. You feel me? Finally not playing with these boys, man. I told you exactly what's gonna happen, man. I told you exactly what she was gonna say, man. Watch this, look at that.
Oh, to them.
Just returning your thoughts about the judge's order issued this morning.
I'm pleased with it.
Your thoughts about parts of it being released, but parts of it being held back for obvious reasons, and really some of the reasons that you brought up in that hearing.
I thought that he listened to the arguments of the state and that his order basically did what we asked. So I'm very pleased with his order.
Can you give us any idea now that since you testified before Judge McBurney and said that the possible indictments are imminent, can you give us a status on the update of the time frame for any decisions that might be made?
We're still working.
Can you talk about what you're going to be talking about in here and why it's important?
Today I'm here before the legislature. We'd like to see SB 12 get passed. It does a lot of enhancements for victims of domestic violence, victims of gang violence, victims of who are...
And that's what she said, man. She really said she pleased with it. She ready to wipe Trump nose real talk. And Trump think he slime, real talk. He was all up in her sex life, like who goddamn finally let getting in them panties, who getting in fanny panties and shit. Like she getting passed around all around Atlanta and shit, man. Donald Trump, that ain't too good, man. Like any street nigga could get on Fani Willis if they want to. Like, hey, what up, Fani? You feel me? Yeah. Talking about she racist. She not even racist, bro. Real talk, cause she locking more niggas up than anything. Nigga, the biggest operations going down is niggas right now, man. Check it out, man. Cause real talk, bro. I don't think y'all really understand the severity in the situation, bro. This is a real beef right here. Fani Willis and Donald Trump going back and forth, bro. And shit, that's what's going on, man. But Donald Trump want to act like he, you feel me, like he down with the Klan. Now you know how it is to get treated like a nigga. You get hit with a RICO, Mr. Trump. Hell nah. Let's look it up, man. I got more shit to look at. This news thing, this how I found out.
This week, former President Donald Trump could face his fourth indictment. Thanks so much for joining us today. For Fox 5 News at 4, I'm Christine Spiro. Today, a Fulton County grand jury heard evidence from several witnesses into the county's probe into possible interference in the 2020 election. We could get news of an indictment at any time. We have live team coverage as we wait to hear from this grand jury. Fox 5's Tyler Fingert and I-Team reporter Randy Travis have been following the story for us all day. We begin with Randy Travis, who's outside the Fulton County Courthouse. And Randy, testimony has been underway all day today.
That's right, Christine. This grand jury is actually moving at a much faster pace than anyone expected. We've heard from several people who testified today, and some people who were scheduled to testify tomorrow have been asked to come over here today and testify. That indicates that this grand jury is moving at a much faster pace. Of course, a lot of the heavy lifting was done by a different grand jury, a special purpose grand jury. They heard from 75 witnesses over a 7-month period, but by law, they could not issue indictments. They could only hand out a report. And that report, which has been sealed, has now apparently been given to this grand jury. And the grand jury today has been hearing from some of the people who testified earlier, and they wanted to hear them again today. One of those is Democrat former state senator Jen Jordan. She was sitting in a committee back in December of 2020 when Rudy Giuliani showed up with what he said was evidence to prove fraud in the 2020 election. It was evidence that was quickly debunked, but Jen Jordan was in one of those committees, heard that testimony, and talked about it apparently in the grand jury today. Here's what she said as she left the courthouse.
Underway all day today.
That's right, Christine. This grand jury is actually moving at a much faster pace than anyone expected. We've heard from several people who testified today, and some people who were scheduled to testify tomorrow have been asked to come over here today and testify. That indicates that this grand jury is moving at a much faster pace.
So you telling me you got people to testify on Donald Trump, man? So you telling me they really snitching out here, bro? All right, man. That's real. It's ugly out here, man.
Of course, a lot of the heavy lifting was done by a different grand jury, a special purpose grand jury. They heard from 75 witnesses over a 7-month period, but by law, they could not issue indictments. They could only hand out a report. And that report, which has been sealed, has now apparently been given to this grand jury. And the grand jury today has been hearing from some of the people who testified earlier, and they wanted to hear them again today. One of those is Democrat former state senator Jen Jordan. She was sitting in a committee back in December of 2020
there she go.
when Rudy Giuliani showed up with what he said was evidence to prove fraud in the 2020 election. It was evidence that was quickly...
So you telling me this man did fraud in the 2020 election? Like, he didn't even win. You did fraud. You cheating in something you ain't even win. If you gonna cheat, at least win, bro. That's all I gotta say, man.
That Jen Jordan was in one of those committees, heard that testimony, and talked about it apparently in the grand jury today. Here's what she said as she left the courthouse before noon this morning.
Ready to do their dirty, so ready to serve.
Ready to serve now.
Another former state lawmaker, Democrat, who was also in one of those hearings.
All right, man. It look like it's going down, man. It's going down, Donald Trump, man. I don't even know, like, what to tell you right now, man. All I can say is keep it solid, keep it solid. Like, shit, you got niggas telling on you. got people telling right now on you, man. What the hell, man? Donald Trump, man. It look like it's over with for you, bro. Told you, man, the war is not over, bro. You know your problem? You know your problem, Donald Trump? You talk too much. You were talking too crazy about this lady, and when she want to spin the block on you and, like, slide for her people and all that, like, come on, man, that's a black lady, man. She gonna always get even with you, man. That's a black lady, man. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can get out of this. I hope they don't send you to Cobb County. Nigga, you gonna be in the same jail as Young Thug. That's real shit, man. But yeah. Y'all hit that subscribe button, man. If any more come of this, bro, I got you. I'm gonna be back. All right, man. Yeah.